Well, good morning, exactly. I am Milko Álvaro, English teacher in Centro Cultural Federico Chueca. Well, a question that is in our mind, I suppose, repeatedly, it's what can we do next summer? Probably it's a difficult question because at this moment or nowadays we don't know what can happen. The government, the media announce every day that probably we can travel only in our country. Normally, to choose domestic or national places. It is a question that probably we don't get accustomed of moving to stay only in our country most of the time. In some situation, there are clients or customers that they prefer to travel abroad. Imagine, for example, destination like St. Petersburg in Russia, or for example, a tour in Germany, or for example, to visit United Kingdom, it's the same, Scotland, Wales, or North Ireland, exactly, or for example, typical culture visit, that means some cities in Italy, exactly, no? We, for this question, we must forget this kind of travel because probably in our horizon seems no option to travel outside our country or our borders, exactly. What can we do finally? Well, imagine there are a population that can travel not so far from Madrid. Probably they have a second house in a small village, or for example, a house for any relatives that is possible to move only, for example, in Madrid community. That is not a bad option, about so, I suppose, not expensive but cheap, exactly, because with this virus, probably the people have fear. Imagine, for example, it's only, for example, in my thought, if I had two options. On the one hand, staying in a hotel, or for example, staying in a private house, probably the people prefer more intimate in a private house because probably they feel themselves more safe. Probably that is my idea. We can probably to discuss in the class about this question. What's the problem about most of the hotels? That they are more people, more clients, definitely about that. If you choose a private house, you can relax more, you can stay isolated, not, for example, to join with other people, exactly, only in your house. Probably you must disinfect this house with the owner, probably is the situation about that. And well, it's probably we don't or we cannot forecast what happened at the end, exactly. All depend of the different phases about going out, or to have the way out, exactly, no? At this moment, Madrid community, we are in the phase 0, that is not possible, for example, to move more than our neighborhood. In this occasion only, for example, that I repeat before in other classes, that only, for example, to go shopping, to go to the bank, to go to the pharmacy, to go, for example, to make papers with your lawyer, or, for example, and so on. The situation that the background is this option. I imagine that most of the people take off some days or some weeks at the end of the summer, because it is likely to have first table more security. Probably you are more safe, that no problem with this dangerous virus. The situation, I think, during this summer, people must work so different than other years, because, well, imagine in this situation that from the middle of March to more or less at the beginning of May, people don't work, and surely most of the firms, more of the companies prefer that the workers work during this period to recover the lost month. That is the situation that we can, for example, then, for example, for this question, there are people that, well, I suppose in this case, for example, there are people that prefer to stay in Madrid with short trips. For example, imagine, for example, to visit an important museum, or, for example, to go to some parks, or, for example, to see a good film in a cinema, or, for example, to spend the day near one of rivers in Madrid, exactly about that. And there are other people that probably they have not only, for example, I suppose few people can, for example, book probably a hotel. Normally, the average manner of the Spanish people in a hotel is more or less 1 week. Very, very few 2 weeks, but it's more than 2 weeks to book a hotel is strange, because it is very, very expensive about that. It's more, for example, a private house. If you must, for example, to choose either a hotel or a private house, people prefer a private house, because it's a bit more, it is a bit cheaper, and it's possible to stay more and more days. Option about that, normally a question that we can speak is about a second house. Normally people, not only, for example, people that has a house in a village, the house on a beach, about that, no? Probably these people go direct or go straight to them, that only, for example, they are yours. Different is when you must pay your vacation or your holidays, and all depend of the economy of the people in general. We don't know how is the way out, how is at the end the economy of most of the Spanish people, that it's possible that they can enjoy vacation about that. Exactly about that is my lesson today, and only for example to wish you a good day, and you can see me in Educo channel. Bye bye.